Welcome to Bulgaria.
And now I'm going to attempt to walk around with this selfie stick and just hope the camera goes where I want it to go, because the sun is so bright today. It's temperatures in the 30s here, and I'm not staying out here too long. It's cooler in the house, but I want you to see the difference, if possible, by moving the camera around a bit. I think I might take it off the stick in a minute so that you can see what I want you to see. So I'll just walk around the corner a bit more. And it's just pointing up in the air because of the way things are configured. And if I move that up there, then it doesn't really come down to me. Oh well, camera trial's over. It's coming off this stick, and I'm going to show you how much tidying up has been done by the time I got here to Oresh. So the first thing I noticed is you can now get in the gate without any hassle at all, and they've also cleared the outside verge on the street, so you can put a car up there if you need to for now. Now, moving around a bit, down the side of the house there's a lot of the building waste. This looks like old window frames and stuff like that, and wood. Some of it I'm not sure where it's come from, some strange shapes. But anyway, it's obviously stuff that needs to be cleared from here eventually. Now, the good news is that having a friend who is now living here in Colin, he knows a few things, and he said I can get a skip for 60 lev a day, and he knows what size they are because he's had one, and he said I should get all this stuff into one skip, which is good news. So at the back here, and as we came around the side, there was a little low-level wall, which I wasn't really aware of up to now. Now I am. And then we've got some spare tiles, which no doubt we still need some to finish off the roof. Tiles are always useful. We have the original building that was out here. Don't know if they would have called this a summer house, but it's possible that you could make something of this with the materials lying around, or just get them cleared away. So coming round to the biggest part of the garden, I was calling it the front garden, I'm still inclined to because the road goes past it. That's obviously a pile of stuff that's just been left there. There are things like a door on the ground here. They've been used to walk on as kind of boards to get around the site when it was all messy. We obviously have a fair amount of bricks left. What we did have here in the early days was so much hardcore, but of course that's all gone as time went on as we used it all. This is the drive, which on the original videos you can see them driving in this way. Obviously been some rubble left there. This eventually will need concreting. There's some more rubble over here. I don't know where it's all come from, but I'm guessing it was in my house. And the septic pit, they've now cleared away to that so we can find it. It's over here and buried under a piece of concrete. Turning around and looking back at the house, this is the end where the gable end was more or less finished. We've also got a fair bit of rendering to do around the kitchen window, and particularly above the patio door. I need to check that that lintel is working properly. There's a kitchen window I opened earlier, and it's actually got a fly screen, so nothing should fly in through there. Just remember to close those before I leave today. The patio door, well, the patio itself is an obvious need for a lot of work. That's possibly why these bricks might come in useful, because we need a plateau to come out on. No good having a patio door when I finally get to open it where I step out and fall into the garden. So that's the outside tour. You've had a look round, it's all reasonably clear. I just hope that I can find a gardener when we're actually here regularly, because we want it to stay like this.
Welcome to Bulgaria.
Staying in a room in Svishtov, the first thing I do on arrival is take the fairly long walk up to Billa, only to discover that the car park has been taken up, there's new number plate recognition equipment about to be unveiled, and the store itself has been gutted. There's nothing in there at all. But Colin took me down to this new supermarket they've been using, and typical of the British idea, it's slightly out of town. You can see that it's in a nice location, plenty of parking up front. There's also a car park around the back. It has a postbank cash machine, it has easy pay facilities, and a full-size pharmacy is inside. Oh, there you are. So welcome to Svishtov, and I'm up above the River Danube, as you can probably gather. Most of the town is up on a high level, but this time I'm staying down on the dock road, so I've just walked up a whole flight of stairs. I've never seen anything like it. Steps, stone steps, and if I'm not breathless from that, I don't know what would make me breathless. It's the sort of place you can come and sit and watch the sunset. There's a little bench along there you can sit on. Very nice indeed, and so is the room in the house that I've rented for a few days. So I'm a bit of an HMO dweller at the moment, it would seem. So let's have a look around. I'm afraid I'm not staying for the sunset. There's a very good restaurant up the hill there, and I'm heading that way for my evening meal. I only tried the stone steps once, but most of the time I went up the fairly steep roads, and don't forget that even in the evening the temperatures are still in the 30s, and even this white cat needs to stop for a rest. If you're wondering why I chose to stay in a room down on the dock road, it's because I came by bus this time, and it's only a 2-minute walk across the road from the bus station into the house I'm staying in. Now, as you can see, it doesn't look far from where my room is to where the restaurant I'm going to is, but it's all uphill, so it's a bit of a chore. The good news is coming back down again is easy. So this is the restaurant Svishtov. The first time I dined here with some friends was in the middle of the winter, so we were inside. But ever since, we've been outside in the courtyard. It's always been fine weather, even in the evening, and the food and the environment here are just delightful. The menus are made entirely of wood. The food isn't, by the way. It's delicious. I had a garlic and cheese flatbread and a beautiful chicken dish. I think the courtyard atmosphere speaks for itself. On a totally different day, Colin and I were up at the top of the town getting some keys cut, and we stopped at the Hotel Versailles for a drink. This is a hotel I've never stayed at, but one of these days might give it a try. Very relaxing afternoon here, and of course stroking a cat is one of those things that's very calming. Let's take a final trip back to Oresh. So one of the last things that got done last year was the putting in of a patio door, and you don't see many of these around this area. In fact, this actual door was brought over from the UK. That doesn't mean you can't get them here, you can, but it was already here and we bought it off someone who lives locally. I'm going to show you why I put this here and the whole reason for wanting to exploit the view that we have from here. I'm going to give you a few views from the different windows, and let's open the patio door first. I haven't figured that one out yet, so one of them twirly things, and I'll come back in a second. Okay, well that didn't work, I'm afraid. I can't get the patio door open. It seems to be jammed. I either need WD-40, but I also brought a spare Euro-lock with me. Of course, if you know anything about fitting Euro-locks, you have to get the existing door open first, and at the moment it's jammed, and I don't want to make a mess of it because I'm never here for very long. So that view is the same as the view out of the other window, well, the kitchen window we're going to call that now. So I'll come to that in a minute, and I'm going to get the view from another one of my pocket cameras. Let me just get this going. What I'm going to do is open each window and point the camera out. The limitation of that is that in this country, because of it's so hot and there are mosquitoes about, there are fly screens on every window. So you're going to see a picture that I'm going to take now, which will be through a fly screen. But, oh, opened the window the wrong way. Hang on a minute. Try again. That's it. Dual opening. Okay, let's point that out of there. There's the view. Camera down a bit. Is it running? Yes, it is. Good. So there's the view out of, this is the side of the living room window as opposed to the front view. I call that the front view. It's probably, you'd call it the back garden, so it's a back view. It's a view across towards the Danube plain, so it's a great view, but you're not going to see much of that through this glass. You can have a go, but I'm not able to open that, and there's no fly screens on it. Let's go over to the kitchen. Okay, you'll recall that we Didn't finish the ceiling. It's got the profiles up ready to hang plasterboard on. You can probably see that now. So let's film this out this window. Hang on, open it the right way again. Filming through the fly screen. There's the view down through the piece of land that we get, although it's municipal land and we can't really do anything with it other than enjoy it. So that's that. What else can I show you? Oh yeah, there's a window in the bedroom. Let's go through there. Now this is the room with the least natural light. It's a bedroom, you don't really need much. And it's dark at that end, and that's the bit that goes through towards the bathroom. So the light is from here. Let's film two-way opening windows. That opens that way for ventilation. I'm going to have to get the hang of these, I can see. There we go. And let's film out of here, a completely different view, and there are some houses just below us, so you can see those. And there's a lane in between, which is our access road. So that's the view. Now we need the interiors finishing, and that's quite a job. So I shall be working on a list, and I'll let you know what we're going to be doing in the next 12 months.